Environment Massachusetts is releasing a report today called A Record of Leadership, discussing how northeastern states, particularly Massachusetts, are reducing global warming pollution. And we're also challenging the claims that this undermines economic growth. Right now, the Massachusetts legislature is considering a bill that would triple the amount of renewable energy installations on homes, businesses, and municipal buildings. In support of this bill, Environment Massachusetts staff have built a coalition of over 80 small businesses, and over 1,000 of you and Environment Massachusetts members have called or written your legislator in support of this legislation. Many of you will be going out to neighborhoods all across Massachusetts this summer. We're going to knock on 1 in 10 doors in Massachusetts, talking to them about how more people, more businesses, and more municipalities can go solar. While Massachusetts has made tremendous progress, we need the federal government to do its part. Environment Massachusetts and our partner groups like Environment California and some people from the Golden State here, and all of our 29 state-based environmental groups are determined to convince our leaders in DC to support growing their state's clean energy economies.
I had the great fortune of coming in as Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs just last year to take those energy reforms and to have in Massachusetts what we are calling the energy revolution. And what that means is we need to take the conversation about where our energy comes from, the true costs of that energy, and the smart decisions that we can make in our energy choices in our homes that are not only good for our pocketbooks, but are good for our environments and good for our public health at the same time. And that is going to require taking that conversation city by city, and town by town, business by business, and home by home. And I can think of no better group to join the revolution and take this conversation to every single home in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts than the current and future leaders of our environment, all of you here.
So Ben said that you were going to knock on 1 in 10 doors this summer. I want to tell you why you should knock on 10 in 10. We in this Commonwealth are doing something different. Something different from what has been the pattern in a lot of politics and policy here in the Commonwealth and all around the country. And it is about shaping our own future. It's about generational responsibility. That old-fashioned idea every single one of us was taught by our grandparents, that we, in our time, are supposed to do what we can to leave things better for those who come behind us. A lot of you have been on the front lines and, more importantly, at the grassroots in advocating the importance of moving to a cleaner, greener future. But you need to know that there is a case to be made in economics for that view as well. Because through this period of the worst recession in living memory, the solar sector, just as one example in Massachusetts, has grown jobs at a rate of 6.7% last year and is expected to double that in 2012. You do not have to leave your economic interests behind. What we have done and what we continue to do depends on partnerships. It depends on the partnership of a legislature willing to respond to those of you who got out at the grassroots and made the case, who talked to your neighbors and your friends and your family members, who address those false choices so often offered when it comes to clean tech, which, as I say, is at the center of an innovation explosion here in the Commonwealth. The reason why we are growing jobs faster than many other states and have come out of recession faster than most. You gotta go make the case and make it personal. There is no substitute for what you do. And you got a moment, 2.5 more years in my case. And longer in the case of a legislature whose eyes have been opened by you, but it will be you doing it. Here in Massachusetts and in your home states, by making it personal. Because when you do that, and you do it in the spirit of generational responsibility, there is no progress forward that will not yield. Thank you for being here.